everyone, and welcome to Lety Does Ant-Man and the Wasp official trailer number 1. So the trailer for Ant-Man and the Wasp just came out like 2 days ago, but I've been like sick and super busy, so I wasn't able to get around to it up until now, and I gotta say I'm pretty flippin' excited that this is out because, first of all, I loved Ant-Man. I freaking loved Ant-Man. It was just so fresh and it was so much fun that I think it's one of my favorite Marvel movies. And of course, Paul Rudd was amazing. And we didn't get to see Wasp in her suit, and we got kind of a glimpse of it at the end. So that left me really wanting this movie. So now that the trailer is out, I'm just wondering, what the heck are we about to see? Because they can take this in so many directions, and before I continue any further, on that note, there are some things that I'm going to be looking for. So the first thing that I'm going to be looking for is pretty much the most obvious, and that is, what are we going to see as the repercussions of Ant-Man being in Civil War? So, you know, he's an ex-con, he's a burglar, and he had all this issue with his family that some of it was resolved in Ant-Man, and then he goes to help Captain America in Civil War, and shit gets stirred up for him again. So, I guess now I just want to see if we get a time skip where all of that's already resolved and he already had to deal with all that, or if he's still dealing with helping one of America's criminals who is now on the run in Wakanda. So, yeah. How is that going to affect him, and are we going to get to see that in the movie? So the second thing I'm going to be looking for is something I already mentioned, which is Wasp. Both of the Wasps. Are we going to get to see Hope in her outfit in this trailer? Are we going to get to see Janet Van Dyne come back, or is she going to come back at the end of this movie just out of nowhere, like they spend the entire time trying to get Janet back? Or are they just gonna drop that entirely? Because that's a possibility too. But I really love Janet, so I'd be pretty disappointed if we don't get to see her for at least 10 to 20 minutes in this movie. So if we get a glimpse of her in this trailer, I have pretty high hopes. But I want to see exactly what is going to be going on with Hope's whole costume situation. Are we going to be able to see her and like her new tech in action? Because that'd be pretty dang cool. But I want to see the dynamic duo of Wasp and Ant-Man, and the two of them just kind of fighting together, and just the differences in their outfits, and of course all the cool tech and all the special effects that comes along with that. So I think that'd be pretty cool. So the last thing that I'm going to be looking for is that this movie is actually marketed as Marvel's first romantic comedy, which I guess they tried to do with Thor, but that didn't really work out. So yeah, Marvel's first romantic comedy. I don't really know what to expect, but how's that gonna work out? Because we don't really have anything to reference. We do have some like funny scenes or some romantic scenes in some of the other movies that we can kind of compare to, but if they are marketing this as a romantic comedy, I'm just wondering if we're gonna get that feel. But aside from that, I think that's pretty much everything I'm looking for, and I'm just really excited for this in general. Ant-Man and the Wasp, official trailer number 1. Let's get started.
I just have one question. When Cap needed help,
oh,
if
so
I asked you, would you have come?
if he's talking to her about that, I guess they're going to bring it up right away, so that's pretty cool.
But if you had, you'd have never been caught.
Also, she has a new look, new style. I can dig it.
I do some dumb things.
And it looks like he's under
people I
house
love the
arrest
most.
again. I'm assuming, or maybe
price.
he's being full-on arrested.
Thanks to you, we had to
This
run.
looks pretty intense, though. That's awesome!
We're still
Oh my
running.
gosh!
Let's go.
Yes! But won't all his furniture, like... that Janet? Kind of looks like maybe Janet coming back. That's so cool. Oh, did you see that? It said Pym design car. It's a Pym brand car. So it's designed for shrinking and getting bigger. Also, her outfit's pretty cool. I'm really glad they didn't keep like the awkward like boob armor type thing, but this scene is really cool too. It's like him running up the gun in the first movie. But I do like that she has like blasters on her wrists. Her outfit looks more Wasp or Black Widow-y. That's cool. That's definitely gonna be funny. Oh my gosh. I'm pretty excited. Okay, it just ended. Alright, so I think this trailer gave us a lot if we were kind of like looking for certain things. So first of all, that was a pretty badass trailer, but it did manage to answer some of my questions. So it does look like they're going to be heavily focusing on all the repercussions from Civil War and how Scott was involved, and now everyone knows about him and Hank and how it's going to be this big deal that this technology exists, because up until Civil War, Hank just kind of made this himself, and Scott came along and then he started using it, and of course, you know, Hope knew about it, but she also kept it to herself. The only other person that knew about it was Yellow Jacket, and he's dead. So with Scott going and helping Cap and showing Giant Man and them now being on the run as criminals, everyone knows about Ant-Man, and at the very least the government knows who Scott is and the fact that he's Ant-Man. It looks, in my opinion. So it also looks like they're gonna have the baddies kind of after their tech. Now that they know that it exists, they're gonna want to take it for themselves. So I am pretty glad that we got to see all that, and of course we got to see all the super cool stuff with the car, the Pym tech car that's able to shrink and grow at will and take everything inside of it, I guess. We don't need an explanation as to how they're okay or how they're not affected by the Pym particles. It's fine. And then the giant Pez, that's gonna be pretty great, but yeah, I'm pretty excited that they're going to be touching on everything that happened in Civil War. And speaking of super awesome tech, I am so happy with Hope's outfit. Hope's armor looks badass. I'm really glad that they did not keep the boob armor. I cannot tell you how much of a passion I have for the hatred of boob armor. One hit, and all that shit goes right into your chest and you're dead. You are dead. So it looks like they redesigned her outfit to be more like tactical, to be more like Black Widow, but definitely more padded with more armor and shit. They did have the blasters. I really did like seeing her like wings that are able to retract into a box on her back. But we didn't get to see Janet, and that's disappointing, but it's also like expected, because I really don't expect to see Janet until like the last 10% of the film, if we're lucky, because I'm assuming this entire movie is just going to be them trying to get Janet back and them having a hard time doing that, but ultimately being able to do so, and then she'll be back at the end of the film, and then there'll be 2 wasps. So that'll be super cool. We did kind of see like a scene with someone's like hand buzzing. I'm not sure what it was, but it could be like Janet coming back and it's coming into focus back into the real world or something, but I don't know. And the last thing I was looking for is the romantic comedy thing, which, at least from this trailer, it didn't really feel like to me. So I'm not really seeing the romantic comedy bit. They might be saving the good stuff for like the other trailers, or maybe just hold it off to the movie, but even if it's not a romantic comedy like they had intended, I still think it's going to be super awesome because this definitely does feel like an Ant-Man and the Wasp movie rather than just an Ant-Man 2 movie. It feels like both of them are going to play equal parts, and they're both going to be super badass, and they're going to be partners, and it's going to be about the two of them together as a team. So that's pretty exciting all on its own, because that gives us so much back and forth banter possibility, and I love the shit out of back and forth banter. So yeah, that's pretty much everything I picked up from this trailer. I hope to see more in the future, and I'm pretty excited for this movie in general. It looks super amazing, and I love all the new tech that they're going to be fueling my imagination with. So let me know what you guys thought of this trailer and what you think the movie is gonna be like, or if you're liking what you're seeing so far, and maybe you'll like the movie. And that's pretty much all I got for you, so I will see you next time. Bye!
Hey everyone, Lety here. Just wanted to let you know that you should totally be checking out my Pokemon live streams, where I'll be showing off my new C moves. And thank you so much for watching this video. If you like what you saw, you can subscribe to my channel by clicking that circle button up there. Or you can check out some more of my videos over here. And you can find the latest news with my Patreon by checking out that video down there. It's hero time! I know I'm a dork! Leave me alone.